Hey, what's going on? What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Isaiah back again with another video. And in today's video, we're going to talk about how to mix gospel vocals for beginners. Listen, stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. Listen. So we're back. So what I actually want to do is I want to get right into it. Open up this Pro Tools application so I can show you guys a couple basic tips that I actually use that'll be very, very helpful for you. If you're actually first starting out in Pro Tools and you want to know how to use it a little bit, just to get the little basic training, you know what I'm saying? This will be the tutorial for you. Listen, you're a great producer. You're a wonderful producer. They overlooked you. You get what I'm saying? They didn't know what they were missing out on when they overlooked you. And you know what? You're a wonderful producer, a great producer. Nobody can do what you can do, and you are excellent at what you do. And I'm so grateful that you can join me here today because you know what? Today, we're going to go into a little basic tips that you can use to be productive and you can take your craft to the next level. Now, these are just going to be a couple plugins, maybe one or two plugins, but I kind of like want to give you just an example of how to get into it and just to mix it, you know what I'm saying, and then be able to be more productive with your actual mixing. Now, this is, of course, it's going to be for Pro Tools. So if you have a Mac, trust me, you're going to want to most definitely stay tuned on this. But yeah, let's open up this Pro Tools application right quick and we're gonna get right into it. And I just want to let you know what I'm saying, that it's amazing how today's producers, don't want to give just a little basic knowledge. You get what I'm saying? So that way we can move forward and advance with our craft. I remember when I first started out in mixing and mastering, my songs, I had to do everything myself. I started, literally from scratch. And everybody that I went to try to get something mixed and mastered, it was either a charge, you know what I'm saying? It was either, you know what I'm saying, they didn't have time, or you know what I'm saying, it was just they just didn't actually want to mess with me. You get what I'm saying? And I understand everybody has a life. You get what I'm saying? But I do believe that sometimes we overlook our blessing. We can be sitting at the highest heights and not looking to the person that's really in need. And this could be the person that's going to change everything in our life. So I actually wanted to let you know that you are special, you're gifted, and no one is like you. You know what I mean? While Pro Tools is opening up, I wanted to share a little bit as well about myself. I'm a gospel artist. I've been, saved and walking with Jesus for 10 years. And so, one of the things that, I actually got into when I first became, a Christian was, gospel rap. And I didn't know how it looked. I didn't know what to expect. You know what I'm saying? All I knew was that I just loved to rap. And you know what I'm saying? It was just something that I knew that would, is a part of me. And, mixing and all of that stuff didn't come about until maybe 5 or 6 years into my walking with the Lord. It's because, I started to get more songs and I started to get my, own studio. And from there, I just wanted to learn more. I wanted to, be involved more with the mixing scene. And so, I just continue to just, flow with that gift and, continue to do what, God called me to do. And, but I will say this though, that if you are in the process of learning how to, change your gift, or in other words, what I'm saying, walk in the gift that God has given you, what I'm saying, I will tell you this, this is one of the things that changed my life, just continue to do what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Don't give up. Don't stop. Don't feel like that. You know what I mean? You're obligated, what I'm saying, to be like the next person because you're uniquely you. No one can be you. You're very gifted and talented, and no one can do the things you can do. And so that's why I wanted to do this tutorial. So Pro Tools is opening up right now. It's taking a little while because I'm actually like moving and working, through this new program. I got Ecamm Live. If anyone knows about it, it's a wonderful program. But trust me, it has its bugs. Trust me, it has its small, what I'm saying, issues. You know what I'm saying? It's just something that I'm learning to deal with and learning how to get around. You know what I'm saying? So it's loading up. It's just now, what I'm saying, taking time because of this actual progress. That I'm having both of these applications open. So, but with that being said, though, as it's opening up, I do want to say this, though, that I would encourage you to continue to grow with your gift. continue to, do the things that you've been doing, you know what I mean, and grow even more. The more that you learn, you get what I'm saying, the better that you'll become. And one of the things that I knew, getting into mixing and, recording myself is that I knew how I wanted my sound to be. And that's the key. Sometimes a lot of people, mix and they master according to what they hear or according to or someone else's sound. But your sound is uniquely you. You have a gift and an ear as a producer, as someone that's learning or trying to become a producer. Your ear is so selective. It's different than the next person's. You get what I'm saying? There might be some things that that you're learning, that you're growing in, you know what I'm saying, that the next person overlooked. So I want to encourage you as well. Never overlook your gifts, your talents, and your strengths because you see someone else's and feel like that what you have is not good. No, you have something great, something special and unique. So I encourage you, to continue to, growing your gifts. But as this program is opening up, what I mean, it's taking a second, y'all. It don't take this long. But while I have your attention, I just hope that you'll hit the subscribe key, and continue to grow with your boy here because one of the things that I believe in is sharing basic tools, basic tips, and things that are often overlooked. A lot of producers like to get to the meaty conversations. You know what I'm saying? Like what EQs, what I'm saying, are greater than the other EQs. What's in Pro Tools? You have some stock plugins that are incredible, what I'm saying, that are excellent, that will get the job done. And another thing I do when I mix as well, I like to get into the program and I like to play around with the different actual plugins. You get what I'm saying? This is how you grow in becoming a producer. There's no special recipe. You get what I'm saying? In getting your track to sound like what you hear on the radio. And another thing, this is what I believe discourages a lot of producers. They feel like since their sound don't sound like what's on the radio, that they're not a good producer. No, that's not true. You have to remember that what you hear on the radio goes through 50 different producers. It goes through 50 different ears before it touches the radio. You get what I'm saying? And so, like, our mix is what we actually hear and what we're actually working on and perfecting. So, as a producer, don't give up. You continue to do, what I'm saying, what you're great in, and that is, the gift and talent that you're called to. So, as a gospel artist, one of my greatest gifts is being able to write. You get what I'm saying, from my heart. A lot of people write what sounds good, and you get what I'm saying, and what but as an artist as well, what I've learned is that you want to be able to write from your heart and be able to flow in your gifts and talents. You get what I'm saying? I don't know why this is not pulling up, y'all. This is incredible, and the video is chopping and all other kind of things. Maybe something else was meant to happen tonight. You get what I'm saying? But I will say this though. Um, Once this loads up, like some basic tips and tools that are in Pro Tools, you know what I mean? There is an EQ that's in there that is an incredible EQ, and it's the EQ7 band. And once this program loads up, we'll get a little deeper into it. Um, and I will encourage you to as you're growing in your Pro Tools or growing in your skills as a producer, you want to continue to reach for the best things that suits you. And what I mean by that is that what actually are you hearing? And as a producer, that's something that is very important, because you hear something that the next artist doesn't hear. You hear, or the next producer doesn't hear. And for me, one of the things that I always hear is, what I'm saying, I hear, what I mean, what can be added. I hear, what I'm saying, what can be in a place that another artist has missed. As a producer, our job, what I'm saying, is not only to mix, but it's also to be able to know what goes where and how, what I'm saying, should you put, an ad lib here or, and that's for another video. We'll get into that. But for the main part as a producer, our job is a easy job. And it's just listening to exactly what you hear. If it sounds too high, you want to bring your lows down. If it sounds too high, I mean low, you want to bring your highs up. You get what I'm saying? Just basic things, and so it's not getting all into the depths of it and saying like, oh, you need to have this decibel for this decibel. You lose me with that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm more hands on. So I get into the application and I begin to actually listen. Some people teach themselves how to play the piano just by actually getting on the piano and doing it. So I encourage you as a producer, And as an artist, you get what I'm saying, to, allow your gift, you get what I'm saying, to be used, in the best way. And the best way to use your gift is to own your strengths, own your talents. You are a great producer. You are a wonderful producer. And if nobody ever tells you that, I want to let you know that you are, because one of the things I've learned in the process of me mixing and, learning how to produce is that, you know what I mean, the greatest thing, you know and what I was looking for everyone else to give me, I had it in myself. The biggest thing you have to remember as a producer, that you have something that no one else has. And regardless what you hear on the radio or what you hear from another producer, they're only owning their skills. And that's what, as a producer, what I've learned. I have to own my skills, my talents. I might not be as great as another person as they are being themselves, but I am the greatest Isaiah. No one can be me. No one can be you. You are a gifted producer, talented, educated, and you know what? You're on your way to your next actual big mix. And that's what this actual post is all about. So once this loads up, we'll get directly into it. And you know what I'm saying? We'll make this happen. So, and if you're on here, you haven't hit that subscribe key, hit that subscribe. And I'm going to be doing a follow up video. If this actually doesn't load up, man, I'm probably going to name it something else, because this is amazing that it's not loading up. And trust me, if you have Ecamm Live, hey, just make sure that when you are in your program, you have your actual Pro Tools loaded up first, because it looks like we're having some troubles, in this program right now. Um, so yeah, and that's there's something else I want to say too. As a producer, another thing that a lot of artists get hung up on as well, or producers get hung up on as well, is, what I'm saying, is my mix, what I'm saying, gonna sound like this when I put it in the car, or is my mix gonna sound like, what's on the radio, you know what I mean? And like I was saying earlier, your mix, what I'm saying, will never sound like what's on the radio, because you have to keep in mind, when you have five hands touching something, each uniquely different fingerprint, each hand is a different fingerprint. So all of those artists work together. You get what I'm saying? Like our hand, five fingers on one hand, and each actual finger has its different significant, function. And so the same with five producers that's working on one beat or working on one artist. There are different actual skills and talents that are in every one of them that comes out. And so as a producer, one of the things I've learned is that I'm only one man. And that's what you have to know as well. You're only one producer, but you're a great producer. And if you own your skill, your craft, you get what I'm saying? It'll take you to the next level. I remember my first production work. I don't know why it's not loading up, y'all. This is amazing. Well, I'm gonna have to do another post, but on this one, for the most part, I just wanted to share with you guys how excellent, how talented of a producer that you are, and that no one can be you, or do the things that you do. You're a gifted and you're a talented and you are very unique. You know what I'm saying? So please excuse this live stream, y'all. This is a live stream. There's no way I'm going to take this down. I'm going to keep it up. I want people to see my beginning process and how everything started. Not everything works out right. You know what I mean? But I learned to keep going. I learned to keep moving, in spite of, the things that are in my way. But as an artist and as a producer, one of the things that I've learned, and I want to share this with you, is that, you know what I mean? That the things that are gifted, or that are already inside of you, that you're gifted with, they're already there. Just taking a step to go forward to say that I'm going to do this. You get what I'm saying? And not allowing your fears or negativity or what someone else says to stop you, or even what you hear on the radio or hear from someone or somebody telling you, hey man, your mix is trash. You know what I'm saying? It don't sound good. It was a time when the rap that we hear now, people said that rap was trash. It wasn't even nice, but now it's actually popular. So you never actually overlook yourself or miss or dismiss yourself because someone else doesn't approve of the gift and your talent. You know what I mean? So those are the things I'm learning as a producer, is that my gifts and my talents are bigger, are greater. You get what I'm saying? Because it's something that I own, something that I have that no one else has. And that's what I've learned, as a producer, moving forward with, my music and my artistry as well. So, and if you're on this post and you haven't actually had a chance to, click on the link that are in my other posts. I encourage you to do so, because the actual album that are out there, the two albums I have out that are actually live now on Apple, on iTunes and on Google Play, all over the spot. Those were albums that I mixed, mastered, and produced all myself. Every last one of those tracks was one of the tracks that I did on my own. And it all came from, just trial and error, learning what sounded good, what didn't sound good, learning what was high, what was low. And as a producer, that's what we do. It's just like anything else, it's like learning to go in the kitchen and, cook something, and so, but that's what I would encourage you to do as a producer. You know what I'm saying? And don't look at yourself as, what I'm saying, someone who doesn't have the skill, and you're searching for skills. You have the skill. The only thing is just actually putting forth the work, getting into Pro Tools, getting into Audacity, getting into whatever actual recording software that you use, and like making the best of it. You get what I'm saying? And you don't need the big plugins. That's one of the things I've learned. I've went through so much money. I went through so many different, what I'm saying, equalizers. I went through some amplifiers. I went through some actual, Studio Live Pro, preamp, mixer. I went through so many different things, and come to find out, all I needed was one little small preamp. And it was so crazy that, what I'm saying, I thought that I needed all of these things. And reality of it was I didn't. All I needed was, you get what I'm saying, just an ear. As a producer, that's all you need. You can literally make a classic hit with two speakers, computer speakers that come factory default, and your recording software, and, focused attention on what you hear. You get what I'm saying? So I encourage you, if you're on here, to check out my actual post, that I did a couple days ago, entitled, you know what I'm saying, how faith bought me my house. And in this post, you can see in my link in the description, all of the different, the album that I actually came out with, the two albums, Throne Room Music and Throne Room Music Part 2. Now, these are gospel albums, you know what I'm saying? So, like, when you're hearing the songs and you're hearing the tracks, you know that it's official. It's something that, of course, that, what I'm saying, I actually came up with, on my own, and I mixed it, I recorded it, I mastered it. You know what I'm saying? Everything I did myself. The only thing I didn't do on the second album, Throne Room Music Part 2, was the album work. Everything else I did. And so, as a producer, I just wanted to encourage you. You get what I'm saying? That you have what it takes. You are gifted, you are talented, and no one is like you. You got the sauce. You know what I'm saying? You got the ingredient nobody else has. You are authentically you, and no one can beat you at being you. So never give up. You know what I'm saying? You're a cold producer, dope. You great at what you do. You know what I'm saying? So get into your Pro Tools, get into your mixing gear, and inside of your program, and start to mix, man. Do your work, do your best work. You're great at what you do. No one can beat you at being you. That's how gifted and talented you are. That's how awesome you are. You get what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. See, I thought this video was going to be about how to mix, for beginners, but this turned into something real. This turned into something big. This message is for somebody that's out there that is an upcoming producer. Is going to be the next best thing, the next best producer, the next big producer. You get what I'm saying? They overlooked you. When they didn't pay you no mind, when they didn't give you the information that you needed, what I'm saying? When they didn't actually spend the time to help you out, to help you get to the next level, they overlooked you. You know what I'm saying? And it was a good thing that they overlooked you, because you know what? They would have used you if they would have actually had to be able to see where you're headed in your future. So I encourage you, producer, you continue to produce. You continue to thrive. You continue to get stronger in your producing skills, and never allow nobody to tell you that your stuff is trash, and you believe what they say. At the end of the day, you are gifted and special, and there's something awesome on the inside of you. You know what I'm saying? There's something that ain't nobody ever seen on the inside of you. You get what I'm saying? So I encourage you to continue to hone your skills, continue to master those skills, and sit down each day, man, and apply yourself and do something bigger, do something better than what you did the day before, because there's something unique on the inside of you. So I encourage you, yeah, as a producer. I'm a producer myself. I produced all my tracks, and that was the thing. Nobody would give me the time. Everybody would charge. Everybody was busy. And I said to myself, I sat down, I said, you know what? I'm about to sit down and start mixing. I'm gonna start mastering myself. I'm gonna get to I'm gonna start doing these things myself. And so, when I began to do it, what I'm saying, it just became a way of life for me. You get what I'm saying? And so now that's all I do. And so, you know what I mean? I'm excited, to be able to help someone else out, and talk to another producer. You know what I mean? Because I guarantee you, if there's somebody that's watching right now and there's a gift that's on the inside of you that no one, you know, even stayed around to unwrap, to unravel. And that's the thing, nowadays, everybody is so up here and they're forgetting that, you get what I'm saying? There is so much down here, many people that have gifts and talents and have strength and abilities. You get what I'm saying? And so that's what I'm here for. That's what my channel is all about. My channel is all about encouraging people, strengthening people, you know what I'm saying? Speaking to people that, what I'm saying, are going through some very difficult things, what I'm saying, that are trying, going through trying times. And so, for me to get on here and do this, this is something that I do, without a shadow of a doubt, and I'm going to continue to do this because I believe that there is, a million people that need to hear, that you are very talented and you are special, and the gifts and the strengths that are inside of you, no one has, and they overlooked you, and they made a mistake when they did it. You get what I'm saying? And so, let's see if we can get this to pull up right quick. And you know what I'm saying, so we can get that going. But they overlooked you, though. You know what I'm saying? They didn't pay attention to you. You know what I'm saying? And because they didn't pay attention to you, they missed out on the next best thing. They missed out on the one who is going to be able to get their skills to the next level. And so I encourage you to continue to produce, continue to write, continue to grow. You know what I'm saying? And be talented in all that you do. As you can see right now here, it's taking forever. You see that right there? And I believe it's because I'm live streaming. I should have had this open up before I start live streaming, but it's all good. But whoever's on here, I appreciate you for dropping on here. I appreciate you for just taking the time out of your schedule and out of your day for dropping by and hearing what it is that I have to say. But this was necessary for you. You're the special person that needed to hear this because there's something that's gifted that you have that's on the inside of you that people overlook. They don't take the time to to give you your skills. And also, I encourage you to follow me on my Facebook and on my YouTube channel. If you hit my Facebook link, it'll send you straight to my Facebook. I get a lot of actual content over there. I do a lot of different things. I'm just now, beginning to expand my business in YouTube. So that's why I'm actually starting to do a lot more of YouTube live streaming, trying to learn this thing, along the way. And that's how I had to do as a producer. The things that I'm learning right now and the stuff that I'm doing as a producer, what I'm saying, that's the things that I had to learn. And no one actually took the time to teach me and tell me. I had to sit down in the basement when nobody was watching. I had to actually get to, I had to stay up an extra couple hours, you know what I'm saying, to actually try to find out how to work this and how to work that. And, what I'm saying, and I, lost sleep, because I actually was really interested in making advancements and stuff you want to do, and so that's, as a producer, I want to encourage you that I believe that you have that same drive. And I believe you're actually doing those things, but you can't give up because there's something great that is getting ready to expand and happen in your life. But it's not by chance that you're on my channel. It's not by chance that, you get what I'm saying, that, what I'm saying, this Pro Tools is not loading up right now. This is all a sign. You get what I'm saying? This is all something that's meant to take place. You get what I'm saying? And so I encourage you to continue to do what you are called to do, and keep moving forward. Keep moving forward with it. Keep moving forward. But yeah, this mug is not loading up, man. I don't know why. I don't know why. I think I'm gonna go ahead and go to about 25 or maybe 30 minutes and close this out. And you know what I'm saying? I have to do a part two, and you know what I'm saying, and probably title this one something else. Because at the beginning of this post, I'm upset because I actually was saying that, you know what I mean, we're gonna be talking about mixing, but it's all good, man. This is just the way of the world, and thank God I'm not famous because boy, they'll have my ear right now. They'll be all writing about me on the tabloids, and you know what I'm saying? I'll be all on TMZ. Did you see his post and all of this stuff? Like, hey, but for real though, man, I want to encourage you though, man. Continue to produce and continue to grow. You know what I'm saying? And uh-oh, is it loaded up? I think we might be in there. Let's see. Yep, it's loading up. Okay. So yeah, I'm glad I waited. You know what I'm saying? And to the viewer that's on here, I appreciate your patience. Thank you for, being on this post. It really means the world to me. You know what I mean? Because I just honestly believe that the gift that I have is the gift of encouragement and also helping, those that are overlooked, those that are, you know, um, trampled over, nobody pays attention to, and no one takes the time of day to really, honor you as a gifted person. You get what I'm saying? And so I appreciate you staying by. That just shows your consistency. That shows your willingness. That shows your ambition. You get what I'm saying? To continue to grow and move forward. So, thank you for being on here as this computer does its thing. Now, this is a brand new computer. You know what I'm saying? So I know it's not the computer, man. This is just when you're dealing with these different programs and, just the things I learned along the way. And, but yeah, we're almost there. I'll let you see it right quick. And so, yeah, as you can see right here, it's almost there. But on your side, you see a little mouse deal. On my side, you know what I'm saying? I see this dang on little spinning wheel. But it's all right, though. You know what I'm saying? We learn as we go. We learn as we go. Um, so yeah, man, whoever's viewing on here, can you give me a thumbs up? I need to make sure that you can hear me, because if not, I done did this whole post without no one hearing. All right, let's see. Hold on, we almost loaded up. Initializing controllers. But but that's what I'm learning though. Like as a producer, as an artist, you know what I'm saying. And one of the things I learned about producing myself, that's one of the biggest things too. I would encourage you as a producer, practice on yourself. If you're an artist as well, practice on yourself. Because the gifts and talents, sometimes come from dark places. And it comes from actually being neglected. Not being appreciated. And those are when your skills are honed the most, because you begin to see like, wow, you know what I'm saying, because you take that time on yourself. What you like, what I'm saying, the different the ins and the outs and the struggles, of what it is to what I'm saying, be in a situation, what I'm saying, where things are not actually functioning correctly, with your Pro Tools or whatever it is that you're mixing in. But this actually like is all concerning Pro Tools, um, which actually, yes, is loading up. Here we go. Wow, it took 28 minutes. Well, I actually closed that up because I was going to close out of this post. So I would say it probably took every bit about 10 minutes to load up. So next time when I do this, I'm going to have it already loaded up. So you know what I'm saying? You don't have to bear with me that long. But I appreciate your patience. And your patience, you know what I'm saying, is most definitely appreciated, at the highest, truly. Um, so yeah, as this is opening up, there we go. It's loading up the files. Boom, bam. So let's get right into it, man. Thank you for just, bearing with me, you know what I'm saying? Because, man, this was just completely ridiculous, man. Shoot. Like, it took forever for that to happen, didn't it? Now it's restoring the tracks, it's loading up. So let's go ahead and do this like this right quick. So it's not all extra big. Boom, boom, bam. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. As a producer, though, you know what I'm saying. Don't give up on your dream, and you know what I'm saying. And keep producing. You know what I'm saying. And you might not have, you know what I'm saying, all of the plugins, but what I've learned in mixing, you know what I'm saying, is that if you can use the basic plugins in Pro Tools, and you can make it. You know what I'm saying. You can make it. You can truly, truly make it. So let's make this happen right quick. Yeah, let's close that down. Restoring tracks, solo connections. All right, there we go. Some inputs are missing. No, we don't want to report it. Okay, so Actually, I'm not. I don't have like I'm on my MacBook Air right now, so I'm not at my actual computer, my desktop computer, with my Mac. But for the most part, I actually just wanted to kind of get a little bit into the basics of mixing, so that way, you know what I mean. I could give the producer out there just a basic flat line of what it means to add an EQ. You know what I'm saying, and kind of like mix it a little bit into your production. Now, listen, my voice is very, very deep. So when I actually am in the booth and I'm recording, you get what I'm saying? All my sounds come out muffled, and not to the point to where you can't hear it, but muffled because my voice is deep and then I'm in my actual studio room with my padding. So everything is just compressed and closed in. So I have to actually open it up. When I get in my Pro Tools, I lift, different actual, frequencies, what I'm saying, in the EQ to kind of like give it a little bit more lighter sound. You get what I'm saying? So here's this track right here I'm working on. I titled it My Rock, and you know what I'm saying. It's a really important song to me, and I'm grateful for it. You know what I'm saying. But I wanted to just give a couple basic tips right quick, so that you guys can see, for the most part, actually like how I get into the basics of mixing. Now, as you can see on here, all I have is actually two. Okay, let's start from the top. So basically, your EQ or your in Pro Tools, you have these tracks, right? You know what I'm saying? And I don't want people to get confused by this because this is, man, when I first opened this, I was so confused. I didn't know exactly what to do. But you know what I'm saying? For the most, I'm gonna do another tutorial on that. But for tonight, let's just only talk about this mixing portion right quick. So basically, if you're in Pro Tools and you've been working with Pro Tools for a little bit, you know a little bit about the actual basic plugins. You know what I'm saying? The plugins that come with the program, which are awesome plugins, by the way. Very, very awesome plugins. So tonight, we're only going to deal with this one plugin, maybe two. I want to actually talk about the compression a little bit, but we're going to deal with this EQ a little bit. So I'm going to actually solo this vocal track right quick, and I want to actually like give just the beginner, what I'm saying, a basic format. You get what I'm saying, of what it means to use an EQ, and also, what I'm saying, how to be able to make your voice a little bit more clean, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and let me play this right quick. Let me bring this down and put it right here. Well, let's put it over here, right there. Okay, and let's play it. I'm just gonna play the top of the verse. Top I can't see. But I'm walking and trusting God even when the waters get deep. Oh Lord, you are my strength. El Shaddai, trusting in the Lord my God. Yes, I am alive, made in Christ. Lift my hands up and give him praise. Walking by faith, trusting God. Don't hesitate. Oh, nah. Okay, so see that right there. Let me double check something right quick in this program. Just want to make sure that everything's coming through solid. Okay, so that's good, right? Okay, perfect. If you are now watching, give me a thumbs up. Let me know you can hear it. I want to make sure that this is coming through good. Or send me a comment, something, because I need to make sure that this is coming through solid like it should be. So, yeah, let's get right back into it. So as you can hear, that was actually like a muddy track, and I'm pretty sure that you'll be like, "Man, well, no, that sounded good. That was cool." Well, okay, let's do this right quick. I'm gonna play the muddy track, and then I'm gonna actually press this button right here that says bypass. And bypass, basically, all that is when it's orange like that, is what it's gonna do is it's gonna play it flat, like there's no EQ to it. But when it's blue, you get what I'm saying? Or I'm sorry, when it's gray, that's when the EQ is actually on the vocal, right? So I'm gonna press bypass and I'm gonna play it, and then I'm gonna release it like that again, and then it's gonna go on bypass where it's the actual EQ sound, and then you'll be able to tell the difference. So here we go. Let's go to the top of this verse. And this is without it, okay? I just want to let you know before we get started. This is going to be without the EQ, you know what I'm saying, on there. Like I told you, my voice is a little bit deep, so here we go. Sometimes I can't see, but I'm walking and trusting God even when the waters get deep. Oh Lord, you are my strength. El Shaddai, trusting in the Lord my God. Okay, so now here we go. I'm about to play it with it. Sometimes I can't see, but I'm walking and trusting God even when the waters get deep. Oh Lord, you are my strength. without
El Shaddai, trusting in the Lord my God. Yes, I am alive, made in Christ. Lift my hands up and give him praise. Walking by faith, trusting God. Don't.
So you see what I'm saying? So basically, all it's doing is it's literally instead of my voice being like this, it's actually trying to make my voice like this, and it's bringing it to a place to where it's literally allowing my voice to have some air. So that way, like when you start to put in the different actual EQs, or if you're going back to go double your vocals or anything, you know what I'm saying? It gives it a more, you know what I'm saying, subtle, kind of like clean sound. So I want to actually talk about a little bit how I actually came out with this sound. So right here, if you see the red actually all that is, this is going to be your lows, right? So if you're inside of the program, Pro Tools, and you have this EQ band 7 pulled up, and you can pull it up in your right here if you select this, and then you go to multi-channel plugin, and you select EQ and then go over here to EQ band 7. Now this, like I said, these are stock plugins. I don't have my, other computer. This is just my, my work computer. So, but back to the basics. So here's your lows right here. This is where your bass is, right? And over here is where your highs is. The blue is your highs, and right in here is kind of like your mids, right? So if we're playing a track, right, and your vocals sound too bassy, let's just say it sounds too bassy, or let's play it with crazy bass.
Sometimes I can't see, but I'm walking and trusting God even when the waters get deep. Oh Lord, you are my strength. El Shaddai, trusting in the Lord my God.
So you see how I took out that bass? Like if you have a very, very deep, heavy voice, I encourage you to actually, bring some of that bass down, because what it does is it allows air into your vocal. So you know what I'm saying? It actually sounds a little bit more clean, a little bit more subtle. You know what I'm saying? So it's not all muffled together. Now what I got actually done over here where the blue is, those are the highs. So that kind of brings up the, it makes it a little bit more crispier. A lot of actual producers would shun this. I believe right now I'm gonna hear somebody say like, "Hey man, this dude don't know what he's talking about." But listen to what I'm saying. When you're actually first getting into mixing, these are the actual steps that I would encourage you to take, because what this does is you can learn how to be able to craft your own skills. And that's what I had to learn along the way, because as a producer, one of the things that we do is we go mix our track and then we go listen to it. And we always are going back listening to different things to change. Like, okay, I need to bring this down. I need to bring that up. I need to do this. So as a producer, your job is never over. And that's what I want to let someone know. Your job is never over. You can hear a song that you heard 10 years ago and critique it to the max. You know what I'm saying? You'll be like, man, this is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. That's our job. That's what a producer does. But what I wanted to say is that as you mixing, there's really not a simple recipe like, okay, this is perfect. There's never a perfect mix. You're always going to be at a place where you're like, man, this need to be there. This need to, even what we hear on the radio. I guarantee you there are producers like, hey, I wish I'd have did that. I wish I would have did that. So producing, mixing, you know what I'm saying, it's just a skill that you learn to continue to progress in. So I would encourage you. I already know it might be some producers like, hey man, he tripping. But no, I would encourage you to bring your highs up if your voice is very deep. Because when you go back and listen to it, then you can start to slowly make your adjustments. These are basic tips for beginners learning to mix. Basic tips, right? So all right, so we know that the lows are brought down. I brought the highs up a little bit, but then I brought down the mids, because that's the area where, you kind of get like that, where it's like flat, but you kind of bring it down a little bit. And so it kind of like, it drops it a little bit. I'll let you hear it right quick.
Sometimes I can't see, but I'm walking and trusting God even when the waters get deep. Oh Lord, you are my strength.
So instead of it sounding like it's in like a enclosed space, like a funnel spot, so what you're doing is you're dropping it down like this. You get what I'm saying? So it's more of a like direct right there in the speakers, right in the place where they right in the pocket. Like Mahomes, he's like right in the pocket, and if it need to, he'll run out the pocket. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want when you're mixing. So I'm gonna play this track. Like I said, like we're just gonna focus on one plug-in tonight. And I kind of like wanted to kind of like give a little basic, you know what I'm saying, on the EQ inside of there to kind of like, and this will get you started, like your basic mix right here, you know what I'm saying, and it will sound good. So I'm about to play it and let you check it out right quick.
What I can't see, you know.
All right. So that was the chorus. Hold on. When you're working on one laptop with all of these programs going at one time, it cuts out. But let's keep it moving.
Sometimes I can't see, but I'm walking and trusting God even when the waters get deep. Lord, you are my strength. El Shaddai, trusting in the Lord my God. Yes, I am alive, made in Christ. Lift my hands up and give him praise. And by faith, trusting God, don't hesitate. Oh God, we gotta endure through the pain. Trusting the plan of God through the rain. He is my umbrella in the raging storm. And when I walk in by faith, I won't fear harm. Cause you are with me. Give my eyes to me. Give my hope is in your mercy, Father, stay with me. Yeah, when everybody else leaves, my confidence somehow gets stronger. Maybe it's because I know that my Father will always stay close. He's my best friend. Got the trials come, Lord, you fight all my fears. Yeah, trust God to make it through. Trust God to oh God, let me get your ear for a minute. Oh God, gotta trust God to make it through. Please, melodies today. You know what I mean? Jesus, I depend on you. What I'm going through, my confidence is only found in the one who's true. El Shaddai, my God, you know I have the reins. Hallelujah, my God, I give you all the praise.
All right. So that's pretty much for the, I mean, basic actual mix. You get what I'm saying? Just a basic mix, with one plug-in. And that was all done like literally, you get what I'm saying? Like my studio that I recorded, I'm gonna do a tutorial on that, actual video on that, so I can show you guys the inside of the studio, what it looks like. But for the most part though, any studio, no matter where you are, you could be in the highest studio or you could be in the lowest studio. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't depend on your mic. It doesn't depend on, well, I would say like a good actual studio mic is important, right? You really want a good studio mic. The mic that I have, I've had this mic for literally 10 years and it still works. It's the Acoustics 2020 model. And actually, I'll do a tutorial on that, video on that as well, so that people can see that you don't need these high end, expensive devices to come out with something very special and unique. All you need is just the basic you know what I'm saying, deal that you know what I'm saying will be suitable for your um, you know what I'm saying. Let me close this out right quick, y'all. Sorry about that. But all you need is just the basic tools. You get what I'm saying, that are already in the program. You don't need all of this extra over the top stuff. You know what I'm saying? You don't need, what I'm saying, all of these big plugins. You don't need all of this stuff that says that, you need this and you need that. You don't need all of those things. The only thing that you need, honestly, is an ear. And if you have an ear, you get what I'm saying, you will be the greatest producer ever. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would encourage you to do. Stay listening, keep your ear open, you know what I'm saying, and learn, you know what I'm saying, what it means to hear your work. You know what I'm saying? Hear the things that you are listening to and be like, okay, this is something I would change. I would do this different, or I would do this different. You know what I'm saying? As a producer, that's important. So that's pretty much it. I thank you for dropping by my YouTube channel. And right now, my stuff is going through some major glitches, but it's okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning how to be able to adjust to this new process, and it's not always easy. I'm learning how to be able to, accept the punches as they come, accept the glitches as they come, and keep moving and keep running. You know what I'm saying? Because the race, you know what I'm saying, is not given to the swift or the strong, but to he who will endure to the end. And you know what? We did it all the way into the end. I got an opportunity to show you guys what it means to get into the program, use a basic plugin, mix it. You get what I'm saying to the to an ear so that you can hear it. And this is what it's all about. The basic mix is getting into a place where you can hear it, taking it out wherever you're going to listen to it on some speakers, and then you can make your minor adjustments. Oh, I want to turn this up. Oh, I want to turn this down. Oh, you know what? I actually want to put this here. You get what I'm saying? That's what it's all about. But I encourage you, you know what I'm saying, to continue to thrive and continue to grow because you're going to be the best producer ever. And you know what? They made a mistake when they overlooked you because there's something special that you're getting ready to do. Don't give up and stay encouraged. And until next time, so that you know that it was me, peace be with you. It's your boy Isaiah. And one last thing, most definitely,